Greetings and salutations and welcome to Brimley Bays basketball on Eagle 95.1. Scott Nason broadcasting on this snowy Thursday night from the Carl Parker Memorial Gymnasium in Brimley, Michigan, as we are awaiting the start of tonight's varsity girls basketball contest between the visiting Engadine Eagles and your Brimley Bays. My name is Scott Nason. I'll be providing play-by-play for tonight's contest. Our broadcast engineer tonight, Katie Woolen, as the Brimley Bays enter this game with a record of 2-10, as they were in Newberry on Tuesday night, falling to the Newberry Indians. And this Engadine Eagles team, they come into tonight's match with a record of 8-7, 5-3 in the EUP conference, but a little banged up. Actually, both teams are banged up. We're going to hear from head coach Ray Bell of the Brimley Bays talking about his team, and they have a couple girls out of the lineup tonight. And, well, Engadine, they're also a little bit short-handed. So these two teams potentially could meet in the district final. We'll get to the district pairings here as we go along in the broadcast. And no strangers of each other. They met last year in the district final, and this Engadine team made it all the way to the Breslin Center in Class D for the semifinals, but not doing maybe as well as many people thought they would. But it's a long season, and they have a lot of veterans in the lineup, so we shall see what brings about this game and, well, the rest of the season. Brimley Bays basketball sponsored by the Chippewa County Credit Union, where all families make one union, serving all of Chippewa County, member NCUA, and equal housing lender. And brought to you by the Bay Mills Community College, committed to providing affordable, culturally relevant, accessible, and high-quality educational opportunities to all. And you can apply online right now at bmcc.edu today. This is our final broadcast this week, and next week we have a couple games, including the boys on Tuesday night. They'll be here taking on the Sioux High Blue Devils. I'll have the call of that one on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, Todd Olmsted will have the call here from Brimley as the St. Ignace Saints, undefeated on the season in girls basketball. They'll take on the Brimley Bays, and St. Ignace is at Sioux High tonight, and we will get updates on that game as we move along. We're going to take a break here on the pregame show. When we come back, we're going to hear from the head coach of the Brimley Bays, Ray Bell, joining us, talking about Tuesday night's game against Newberry. We'll also look at tonight's game, and he's going to talk a little bit about some of the other teams in this program. It's not just the varsity, but the junior varsity, middle school, elementary. We're going to ask Coach his roles in and with all those teams. That's coming up next here on the Eagle 95.1. Joining us on the pregame show is Brimley Bays head basketball coach Ray Bell. And Coach, first of all, let's talk about Tuesday night. You guys went up to Newberry, fell to the Newberry Indians. We got our sister station to broadcast that game. Heard a little bit of it. Tell us what happened in that game.
First half, we played really, really well. We did a great job of spreading the floor and getting some shots. Got back in transition, played great team defense. So it was a back-and-forth game, and we felt good going on at halftime. Unfortunately, the second half, Newberry stepped it up a notch, and we kind of came out maybe a little too happy with how well we played, and in a blink of an eye, a few turnovers here, things just kind of unraveled. Last part of the third quarter and the fourth quarter, we got back to playing the way we were, but we just took too big a hole to get back truly competitive game.
Looking at tonight's opponent, Coach, the Engadine Eagles, a team you're very familiar with, a potential district final opponent. They come in to this contest a little bit struggling, actually, as I believe they lost their last game at home to Rudyard, if I saw that score correctly. What do you know about them? You played them earlier in December, and what do you got to do to beat them?
Score more points than they do.
You always say that.
Yes. Actually, we're both kind of banged up. We have Ivory Maxwell won't be playing tonight. She's injured. The Simmons girl for them is out. She won't be playing. So they've kind of been struggling. I know, talking to Roger before the game, they really struggled on the free throw line. They were like 14 for 39. So I think if we play like we did the first half against Newberry, we got a good chance to win the game. The bottom line is we have to play 4 consistent quarters. We have to learn when some things go wrong, just to kind of weather the storm, not lose our composure, and just stay focused on what it is we need to do. And Julia Steglin won't be playing with us tonight too, so we're down 2.
Coach, we talked a lot about the varsity team on our sports show, the game on Monday night. Kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the JV team and some of your other teams. Watching this game as we have our interview, your junior varsity team taking on Engadine, having a good start to this one. How much involvement as a varsity coach do you have with the JV team and some of your other middle school and elementary teams? What's your role overall?
The JV team, we practice together. Usually the first hour we do everything totally together, and then in our high school gym here, it's big enough, then we split. She does an hour with her team, I do an hour with my team. I do give her some input and some guidance, but I also allow her the freedom to do what she thinks is kind of necessary for their offense or defense. As long as she's teaching the fundamentals and how to play the game, they can adjust to what offense I might play at the varsity level. Junior high, I talk to coaches a little bit. I don't have that much involvement. Kim Carrick was one of our coaches this year with Dan Nepper. Billy Joe McGuire is our JV coach for at least 1 year. In the past, she's been the middle school coach. Elementary school, usually I come to the first few practices once they get going, and then just kind of let the coaches do their job.
You're a little bit hands-off, but you do have some influence overall on the program because, the varsity coach is responsible for the entire program.
Yeah. The other thing we have going on is PJ and Tracy Jones do Brimley Elites, and they meet like every other Saturday, and they do a lot of fundamentals, and they do it pretty much elementary through middle school. This year they've allowed boys to come in. They take them to camps. They make it fun and encouraging, and they just love basketball and just want to kind of give back to the Brimley community in a way they love to do it.
That's Coach Ray Bell joining us on the pregame show. Coach, best of luck tonight against Engadine. Hopefully we'll talk to you and possibly one of your players after the game.
Sounds good.
And we'll be back with more of the pregame show here on Eagle 95.1. Welcome back to Brimley Bays basketball on Eagle 95.1. Scott Nason at the Carl Parker Memorial Gymnasium in Brimley. Starting lineups first for the visiting Engadine Eagles. Starting at forward wearing number 23, Sophia Vaughn. Starting at forward wearing number 1, Michaela Deace. Starting at forward wearing number 45, Aston Buss. Starting at guard wearing number 4, Gracie Oven. And starting at guard for the Engadine Eagles, number 5, Megan Bell. The Engadine Eagles are coached by head coach Roger French. And now the starting lineups for the Brimley Bays. Starting tonight at forward wearing number 14, Olivia Wilcox. Starting at forward wearing number 20 for the Brimley Bays, number 20, Tamissa Archambault. Starting at guard, number 30, Abigail LaRue. Starting at guard wearing number 34, Kendra Carrick. And starting at center for the Brimley Bays, wearing number 44, Autumn Aikens. The Brimley Bays are coached by head coach Ray Bell. So we're just about to get started here. These two teams met in December down in Engadine. It was all Eagles in that one. And these teams potentially could meet in the district finals. The district this year in Brimley. We'll talk about the schedule in that one. And we're only about 3.5 weeks, can you believe it, from district basketball. So here we go. Our referees tonight, the Van Sloten boys, Ron and Pat Van Sloten, along with the other gentleman. I always forget his name. I'll have to get that at halftime. Brimley in their home white jerseys with the blue trim, and Engadine in their road green jerseys with the yellow trim. And the Eagles win the tip, and we are underway here in Brimley. Boy, you look at that Bays bench, only one player. Well, two players, on the bench. One has a sweatshirt, so nobody's going to complain about playing time tonight if you're Brimley. Eagles have the ball. Oven over along the near side to Deace. Now Deace drives the baseline, puts up a wild shot. No good. Rebound picked up by Archambault. And here's Brimley on their first possession. Bays with the ball. 2-10 on the season. 1-7 in the UP conference. Engadine 8-7, 5-3 in the UP. Now driving to the basket nicely is number 34, Kendra Carrick. She puts it in, and the Bays have a 2-0 lead. 7:20 left here in this first quarter. Deace over along the far corner. That's Bell. Now Bell has it stolen there by Wilcox. And the Bays have it. Carrick across the midcourt line for the Bays. Kendra Carrick with it. Left of the lane. Passes it. Kept alive by Archambault nicely. Inside to Carrick. Now she lost real estate there on that one. Stolen by the Eagles. Oven with it. Gracie Oven. Right-handed dribble. Top of the circle. Now she'll put up the shot. That one blocked by Carrick. Good start for the Bays. Brimley has it leading 2-0. Minute into this first quarter. Now here's Archambault. Top of the circle. Pass on the near side. Carrick left wing. Now back to Archambault. Left of the lane. Back to Carrick. Kendra Carrick on the wing, now on the right elbow. That's LaRue. LaRue underneath to Aikens. Now Aikens turnaround shot, no, but she was fouled. And Autumn Aikens will shoot 2 free throws for the Brimley Bays. Brimley Bays basketball brought to you by the Wicked Sister. Burgers, starters, snacks, shareables, soups, and tapas. Voted the #1 pub in the UP, located on Ashman Street in Sioux, Michigan. Aikens misses her first free throw. She'll shoot one more. Eagles lost earlier this week. Now she misses the second. Lost earlier this week to Rudyard by 2 at home. They were 14 for 39 free throws in that game. Yikes. Now here's Carrick to inbound. On the baseline. Passes it to Wilcox. Now Wilcox top to Archambault. She'll back it up. Now Archambault crosses hands with the dribble. On the near side. Archambault, bounce pass inside. Wilcox puts a shot off the glass, no good. Rebound inside, put up and in by LaRue, and it's 4-0 Bays. They played 2 minutes of this first quarter. Good start for Brimley. Lively out there tonight. Now here's Sophia Vaughn. Up top to Oven. Oven passes it over to Deace. Deace back to Oven. Eagles with the ball. Sophia Vaughn drives, finds some space, puts up a tough shot, no good. Inside rebound. That one's no good by Buss and kept alive by Vaughn. Now on the left wing, wide open. NBA 3, no good. That was Deace. Rebound picked up by Archambault. Bays with the ball, leading 4-0. Now they have it stolen by Vaughn. Vaughn inside, one-on-one, puts it up off the glass, and good. So Sophia Vaughn has Engadine's first 2 points, and it's 4-2 Bays. Now a pass there, just out of the reach of LaRue, as Carrick tried to force that one. Kira Perrin will check in for the Brimley Bays as she will replace, I believe, Wilcox. Eagles with the ball. Oven, across the midcourt line on the right wing. Vaughn thought about the shot, now gets it back to Oven. Oven, over to Deace. Now over in the far corner, Megan Bell. As they'll play around the horn, the Eagles do. They trail by 2. 5 minutes left in this first quarter. Now Deace, long to far side, no good. And that will go off of LaRue out of bounds. Will stay with Engadine. 5:01 to play in the first quarter. 4-2 in favor of the Brimley Bays here in girls basketball. Now Vaughn, wide open far corner. That one was halfway down, rattles out. Rebound put up, no good by Bell, but she was fouled, and Megan Bell will shoot 2 free throws for Engadine. Brimley Bays basketball sponsored by Chuck Renzi Ford. You've got a relative in the car business at Chuck Renzi Ford in Newberry. You can find them on Facebook or just find them on Newberry Avenue in Newberry. So Megan Bell makes the first free throw. It's 4-3. That foul on LaRue, her first. Team foul number 1 for the Bays. Now second free throw up, and that one's good as well. So if you're Engadine, you want to see that, as both free throws are good, and it's a 4-4 game. Under 5 to play here in this first quarter. Brimley with the ball. Carrick along the baseline. She's double teamed, puts up a shot. No, but Kendra Carrick will shoot 2 free throws for the Brimley Bays. Brimley Bays basketball sponsored by O'Connor's in Pickford. Check out their full line of Dodge, truck, Ram, and Jeep vehicles. So Carrick at the line shooting 2. That one goes in. Took a little work, but it ended up going in. So the Bays now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. 5-4 Brimley. Now number 13. I don't have a 13 on my roster here. We'll have to check that. Well, they don't have a 13 on their varsity roster, so I'm not sure who number 13 is. That second free throw up by Carrick, good. And Brimley leads by 2. 4:35 to play here in the quarter. Now that's Deace over on the far side. Shot, good. Tough shot there by Michaela Deace, but she puts it in. And it's 6-6. 4:25 to play in this first quarter. Archambault with the ball. Archambault Up top, that's Perrin. Now that one's stolen by Deace. Deace along the far sideline almost runs into the referee. Now Deace drives, puts up a tough shot, no good. Off the back heel, rebounded by Archambault. Archambault had it stolen there, but that was a travel before the steal. That last foul on Engadine was on Megan Bell, so she has 2 quick fouls for the Engadine Eagles. And trying to figure out who number 13 is. Wondering if that's Haney. I don't see a 20 on there. We'll have to figure that out here. Now Vaughn shot off the back heel, no. Rebound inside, battled for. Picked up by Samantha Bishop for the Bays. 6-6 tie halfway through this first quarter. LaRue with it. Now pass inside, a nice one. Shot no good there by Bishop, and we're going to have a jump ball on the rebound. Bays inbound, tied at 6, 3:49 to play here in the first quarter. Now that one stolen there partially by Germain, but it goes off of her. One of the key players out of the lineup tonight for Engadine, number 25, Aubrey Simmons. We remember her last year. She had a big game in that district final. Now here's Archambault driving underneath. Thought she might have traveled, but it was stolen there by Vaughn. Sophia Vaughn across the midcourt line. Now Vaughn on the right wing up top. Oven over to Deace. Back to Oven. Now Simmons. Rather Vaughn. She said she was out of the lineup. Now here's a 3 by Deace. She likes to shoot from there. That one's no good. Rebounded by Carrick. Kendra Carrick across the midcourt line. Lob pass inside. LaRue ran out of real estate. Puts up a wild shot. No good. Picked up by the Eagles. Gracie Oven. Oven across the midcourt line. Oven over to Deace. Back to Oven, top of the circle, over to Deace, left wing. She shot a couple times from there, yet to connect. Fast-moving first quarter. We had 3 minutes to play. Vaughn over to Deace. Now Deace along the baseline. With it. On the right wing. That's Vaughn. Pass goes off Archambault. And that one taken back by Oven. Engadine went to the floor for that one. Oven with the ball in the paint. That one swatted out. Now long 2 over the far side. Good. Michaela Deace, she has 4. And Engadine has their first lead. It's 8-6. 2:30 to play in this first quarter. Wilcox with the ball. Now up top to Archambault. Archambault on the left wing to Wilcox. Wilcox puts up a long 2. Good-looking shot, but she missed it. Rebound picked up by LaRue. Now goes back up top to Wilcox. Archambault finds some space. She was fouled. And Miss Archambault will shoot 2 free throws for the Brimley Bays. Brimley Bays basketball sponsored by Bay Mills Resort and Wild Bluff Golf Course. Come play and stay at the Bay. That foul on number 12, Germain. And Archambault makes her first point as she sinks the free throw. So the Bays now 3 of 5 from the charity stripe. They'll shoot 1 more. As checking in McKenna Hopper and Morgan Colby for Engadine. Now here's Archambault. Second free throw up. And that one's good. So she makes them both. 4 in a row for the Bays from the charity stripe. And we're tied at 8. 2:10 to play here in this first quarter. Now along the baseline. That one goes out of bounds. We'll stay with the Eagles. Vaughn now will inbound. Gets it over to Hopper. No, not the Hoppers that you're used to. That's McKenna Hopper from Engadine. The Hopper boys didn't find themselves in this game, as they'll play tomorrow night in Engadine. We won't have that game because we'll have Sioux High hockey. Now stolen there by Carrick. Carrick will drive on Vaughn. No good, but that'll be a blocking foul. And so Vaughn's first, and back to the free throw line. The Brimley Bays will go. Brimley Bays basketball brought to you by Baymart Sunoco and Gift Shop. Competitive fuel prices, the freshest coffee in town. Make sure you check them out anytime you're in Brimley. First free throw up, good by Carrick. So the Bays now have made 5 in a row from the free throw line, 5 of 7 from the charity stripe. They lead by 1. 9-8, 1:47 to play in this first quarter. Now Carrick's second free throw up, and that one's good. So the Bays doing a good job from the free throw line. Carrick with 6. And the Bays lead by 2. Good start, despite their bench being very short tonight. Engadine's got a lot of players on their bench. 6. They're dressing 11 tonight. Now over in the far corner, Colby. Over to Hopper. Round the horn to Deace. Back up top, Vaughn. Now Vaughn drives. Vaughn, double team, puts it up and one. Well, that's a very familiar name. If you followed Engadine girls basketball, as you remember Olivia Vaughn last year, 4-year senior, putting up very big numbers. Well, her sister, Sophia, pretty darn good player as well. That foul on Aikens, her first, team foul number 2. So Vaughn's free throw up and good. So Engadine a perfect 3 of 3 from the charity stripe, and they lead by 1. $1:20 to play here in this first quarter. Now here's Wilcox, left of the lane, puts up a tough shot off the back iron. Rebound picked up by Vaughn. Minute 10 left here in this first quarter. Vaughn drives, bounce pass off the glass, good. Using the high glass, number 11, Morgan Colby, her first 2, and the Eagles lead by 3. A minute left here in this first quarter. Carrick on the right wing. That's Perrin, and that's going to be another foul, and that'll be the 5th foul on the Eagles, non-shooting foul. Sioux High losing to St. Ignace at the half by the score of 33-12. Boy, that St. Ignace team, they're number 2 in Class C, and they are for a reason. They are good, and we'll see St. Ignace a week from tonight here in Brimley. That foul was on Colby, her first. Now we're going to have another foul underneath, so the Bays being very aggressive on the offensive end. And they're going to be rewarded with 2 more free throws. That'll be Carrick going to the line. Foul on Deace, her first. And already team foul number 6 for Engadine. First free throw up by Carrick. Good as well. The Bays really doing a good job from the free throw line. They've made 7 in a row, 7 of 9. Make it 8 of 10, 8 in a row from the charity stripe for the Brimley Bays, and they lead by 1. 50 seconds to play here in this first quarter. Vaughn left elbow over to Deace. Far corner, Bell. That one almost stolen by the Bays, picked up by Vaughn. 40 seconds to play here in the first. Vaughn over to Deace. Now back between the circles. Vaughn on the right wing. Hopper along the baseline. Buss. Now Buss had it stolen. Engadine gets it back, and that's going to be a foul on Brimley. I think that's going to go against Carrick. It will. That's her first. Team foul number 3. 26 seconds to play in this first quarter. Brimley with the 1-point lead on a snowy Thursday night here in Brimley. Boy, lots of snow in the Sioux last 24 hours. Now Vaughn up top, 3. That one's no good. Rebound inside. Picked up by Bush. She swings it over. Shot there by Hopper. No good. Bays come up with it. 10 seconds. As that one's swatted out of bounds by Vaughn. Bays will keep it. So a good first quarter for the Brimley Bays. They lead by 1 with the ball. Carrick across the midcourt line with it. Lob pass inside. Nice pass to Wilcox, who puts it up and in. Nice give and go there. Wilcox with 2. And the Bays lead by 1. It's 14-13 Brimley after 1. We'll be back with the second quarter here on Eagle 95.1. Back to live action here in Brimley, Michigan. Bays with a 14-13 lead after 1 quarter over Engadine in girls basketball. As Engadine with the ball, putting up a shot. You can't shoot it through the bottom of the basket. As number 45, Aston Buss, tried to do that, but she was fouled, and she'll shoot 2. Fourth team foul on Brimley. That will go against Archambault, her first. So Brimley at the free throw line in that first quarter, 8 of 10. And Engadine, well, they did a good job as well. They just didn't get there very much. 3 of 3, make it 4 of 4. As Aston Buss gets her first point. And that ties it up at 14. Carrick leads the Bays with 8 points. Now second free throw. That one's no good, so Engadine's first miss. Rebound picked up by the Bays. Here's Wilcox driving. Wilcox had it stolen, but I think she was fouled. And if that's on Engadine now, that'll go against Brimley, actually. Wilcox a little out of control on that one. And so referee Ron Van Sloot gives the foul to Wilcox. Her first, team foul number 5. 14-14 tie, 7:30 to play in this second quarter. Gracie Oven passes inside to Buss. Now back outside. Vaughn inside. Oven puts up a tough shot off the glass. Good. I heard her call bank from here. Actually, I didn't, but it was a good shot, and the Bays now trail by 2. 16-14 Engadine. 7:10 to play in this second quarter. Now here's Carrick with it. Carrick, tough defense there. And a nice job there by Vaughn. And we're going to have a travel there as Buss got the rebound, but she travels. 7:02 to play in the second quarter. Engadine leads Brimley by 2. Second of 2 meetings of these teams in the regular season. Now Wilcox long to far side. Back heel, no. Rebounded by Vaughn, and she was fouled off the rebound. And that'll be the 6th team foul on Brimley. That one goes against number 42, Samantha Bishop, so her first. As 6 players each have 1 foul for the Bays. So that's good news for Coach Bell. Now Oven up top to Vaughn. Now she drives the paint, puts up a tough runner. Good. Sophia Vaughn with 7 to lead all Engadine scorers, and the Eagles lead by 2. 6:40 to play in the second quarter. Carrick with the ball over to Wilcox. Now Wilcox, top of the circle, out to Archambault. Archambault, right of the lane, almost traveled. She did. Yep, she kind of lost her footing there. Credit the defense by Engadine. Brimley Bays basketball is brought to you by Mimic Insurance and the Doug LaPrade Agency, reminding all school and healthcare employees that you can receive up to 35% off your home or auto insurance when you get them from Mimic. Oven on the right wing up top to Vaughn. Now swings it over to Deace. She likes to shoot from there. She does. That one's short. Rebounded by Bishop. Now here's Carrick leading the break. Kendra Carrick, lob pass inside. LaRue finds herself open, but she misses the layup. Rebound inside. Battle for Wilcox. Somehow kept that alive. Gets it to Archambault. Now Archambault on the right wing. Looking inside. That pass just out of the reach of Wilcox. Goes out of bounds. Back to the Eagles. We'll have Soo High Blue Devil hockey tomorrow night as the Blue Devils will be in Trenton, Michigan for the Trenton Showcase. And they'll play Grosse Pointe Liggett tomorrow night around 9 o'clock. Well, the pregame show about 8:40. Tim Ellis already down there for that one. Now a shot no good by the Eagles. Rebound put up, taken away by the Bays. They trail by 4. 5:35 to play in the second quarter. Fast-moving game here in Brimley. Carrick inside to Wilcox. Now she turns it around. Kind of forced up that shot, no good. Rebound picked up by the Eagles. Sophia Vaughn. Across the midcourt line. Pass up court. Deace back to Vaughn. Now over to Oven. She puts up the 2, no good. Rebounded by LaRue. Good positioning by her. Now Carrick across the midcourt line. Carrick left of the lane. Drives. Puts up a wild shot, no good. Goes over to Archambault. Now she swings it up to Wilcox. Wilcox will back it up between the circles. Now lob pass to Archambault. She'll shoot from there. Misses it. Rebound inside. Picked up by Vaughn. Engadine with the ball leading by 4. 4:50 to play here in the quarter. Now Vaughn with the runner. That one's off the back iron. Rebounded by LaRue. Over to Wilcox. 18-14 Engadine. 4:40 to play in the second quarter. Not a lot of stoppages here other than a few fouls. Now Wilcox inside. Finds some space. No good. But she'll shoot a pair of free throws as that'll be a foul on Engadine. So Wilcox at the line. She'll shoot 2. She has 2 points on the night. And that foul against Oven, her first. Wilcox's free throw. That one rattled out. So that's Brimley's first miss after they made 8 in a row. So now Wilcox at the line. She'll shoot one more. Shot up, and that one rattles out. So she misses both. And that'll be a out-of-bounds play. That'll go to the Eagles. 4:30 to play in the second quarter. 18-14 in favor of the Engadine Eagles. Vaughn with it across the midcourt line. Now Vaughn over to Oven. Far corner. Germain. Now that one swatted away there by the Bays. Here's Carrick across the midcourt line. Carrick pass over to Archambault. Now lob pass inside. That one's swatted away by Deace. Goes out of bounds. Will stay with Brimley. 4:09 to play here in the second quarter. 18-14 in favor of Engadine. Archambault between the circles. Archambault now on the left wing. Bounce pass inside LaRue. LaRue underneath. Double teamed, triple teamed. And she somehow kept that ball alive. Now Archambault's shot no good. Rebound inside Aikens. Now Vaughn gets it, and that one goes off the hands of Germain. And we'll go back to Brimley. 3:47 to play in this second quarter. We're going to have a timeout on the court. Engadine leads by 4. This timeout brought to you by MEMIC Insurance and the LaPrade Agency, reminding all school and healthcare employees that you can receive up to 35% discounts on your home and auto insurance when you're with MEMIC. Contact the LaPrade Agency at 635-5981 to find out how. Looking at our broadcast schedule, we mentioned the Sioux High hockey game tomorrow night, as Tim Ellis will be in Trenton, Michigan, as the Blue Devils will take on Grosse Pointe Liggett. Tim will have the pregame show around 8:40 with the face-off at 9. And then they'll have a quick turnaround as Sunday morning, the Blue Devils will be in Trenton, and they'll take on Grosse Pointe South. That game around 10 a.m., pregame show around 9:45. So early morning hockey on a Saturday, I-500 Saturday at that. So off the timeout, Bays with the ball. They trail by 4. They led after 1. I think it was 14-13 after 1. I forgot to write that down, but Brimley's not scored here in the second quarter. Now the Bays with it. Aikens up top. That's Perrin, and then we're going to have a foul going for the steal on Germain. That's her second. Team foul number 8. And so another couple free throw opportunities for the Brimley Bays. So Mr. Archambault will shoot a pair. As checking in will be Megan Bell for the Eagles. She will replace Abigail Germain. So Archambault at the line. She'll shoot a 1-and-1, misses it. Rebound, though, picked up by the Bays. That's LaRue, and she'll put it in. So those are the first points of the quarter for the Bays, yet they still just trail by 2. 3:20 to play here in the second quarter. Vaughn with the ball on the right wing. That's Deace along the baseline. Deace did a little fancy dancing there to avoid going out of bounds. Now Vaughn over on the right wing of it. Far corner. That's a long 3 there. Or is that a 2? They call that one a 2. As that was, I believe, Morgan Haney. We'll have to check that, number 13. I think that's who it is, but we'll have to check that. Now a steal by the Eagles. There's a shot, no good. Rebound inside, picked up by Deace. That one's no good. There's another chance there. 4th opportunity, and that's another 2 for Haney. She has 4, and Engadine has their biggest lead of the night at 6. 2:40 to play here in this second quarter. Engadine with the ball, rather the Bays with the ball. Archambault on the left wing. Archambault with it, left-handed dribble. Archambault now will back it up. 2:20 to play in the second quarter. Archambault gets it to Carrick. Now Carrick with the shot, no good. Rebound picked up inside by the Eagles oven, and she was fouled. That'll go against Archambault, her second, and that'll be the team foul number 7 on Brimley. So that'll send Engadine to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Next Monday night, we'll have our sports show, The Game, from the Wicked Sister on Ashman Street, as we'll have Coach Matt Bathy of the Brimley Bays boys team, as the Bays will be on the road tomorrow at Engadine. And then on Tuesday, for that big contest here against Sioux High, we'll have that one on Eagle 95.1. Free throw opportunity, no good. That shot by Oven, rebounded by the Bays. They trail by 6, 2 minutes to play here in this second quarter. Wilcox over to Carrick. Now Carrick, midcourt line with the ball, left-handed dribble. Now she'll stop and pop from the free throw line. That one no good. Rebound, though, picked up by Perrin, no good. Couple opportunities for the Bays. Now taken by Deace. Deace for the Eagles, drives, puts up a shot, no. Rebound inside, picked up by Carrick, as she thought she got fouled there, but no call. Now a long pass up to LaRue. LaRue underneath, puts up a wild scoop shot, no. And that one will go out of bounds off an Engadine player. Minute 35 to play in the second quarter. 22-16 in favor of Engadine. We'll talk about the girls' draw as far as the districts here on our next timeout. Now Wilcox with it, right wing. Over to Perrin. Now Carrick has it. She'll launch from there. No good. Rebound kept alive by LaRue. Now LaRue gets it to Bishop, who puts up the shot. No good. Another chance. Aikens, no, but she'll shoot 2 free throws. So the Bays getting a lot of offensive rebounds, but they're just not putting the shots in. That'll be the 9th team foul on Engadine. That'll go against the elusive number 13. I think it's Haney. I got to see which number I don't have on the bench. I believe that's Morgan Haney. I had her listed as number 20, but I don't see a 20 on the bench. I see a 42. I see a 12. Math's not my strong suit. Now Akins misses the free throw. Brimley was still just 2 points here in this quarter. And now it's going to be a foul, and that'll send Engadine to the free throw line. As that'll be number 5 at the line, Megan Bell. As that foul on Samantha Bishop, her second. So now free throw up and good by Bell. She has 3. Now make it 23-16 in favor of Brimley. Second free throw up, and that one's also good. 24-16. The minute 15 to play here in the quarter. Now here's the Bays with it. Talking to Coach Matt Bathy, giving me some advice on my broadcasting. He's saying, you need to broadcast better. I said, I'm trying. And so that'll be a foul on Engadine. Sophia Vaughn, that's her second. So team foul number 10 for the Eagles. That'll bring Bishop to the line. She'll shoot 2. First free throw up. And that one's good. So Bishop on the score sheet now. She has a point. 24-17. Now Bishop, second free throw up, and that one's no good, so she misses the second. Rebound picked up by the Eagles. Minute left. Engadine leads 24-17. Bays with just 3 points here in this second quarter. Now Kobe on the left wing. Between the circles, Deace. Now Oven has it. Oven back to Deace. Deace stops and pops. Left elbow, no good. Rebound inside, picked up by Deace. Now Kobe gets it to Oven. In the right corner, that's Bell. Swinging it around the horn, that's Deace. Up top, Kobe. Over to Oven. Near corner, Bell. 25 seconds. Shot inside, no, but that'll be a foul on Bishop. And that's Samantha Bishop's third foul. And that'll give Engadine a couple free throw opportunities. So that's Bishop's second. I had her listed. Oh, they give that to Akins. Okay, I thought it was Bishop, but they give the foul to Akins. So that's a break for the Bays. Now at the line, shooting 2 is Buss. She'll miss the first one. So both teams, after a good first quarter at the free throw line, second quarter hasn't been as kind. Engadine 1 of 4. Brimley 1 of 6 in the second quarter. Now Buss misses the second free throw. Rebound inside, picked up by Akins. 20 seconds to play. Wilcox across the midcourt line. Nice pass, wide open. Archambault puts it up and in. Tamissa with 4, and it's a 5-point game. 10 seconds to play. Now across the midcourt line, Deace. Over to Oven. Back to Deace. 5 seconds. She puts up a long 3. No good. Rebound Buss. Buss at the buzzer. No. And at the half, it's Engadine with a 24-19 lead over the Brimley Bays. We'll be back with our halftime show here on Eagle 95.1. Scott Nason back in Brimley, Michigan here on our Superior Pizza and Subs halftime show. Superior Pizza and Subs. They're located on 6 Mile Road right next, or I should say across from the Brimley State Park. Boy, you want a good pizza, you want good subs, you want good appetizers. They have it all at Superior Pizza and Subs. Our score at halftime, it's Engadine with a 24-19 lead over the Brimley Bays in girls basketball. The Bays led after 1 by the score of 14-13, but Engadine outscores Brimley 11-5 in that second quarter. Leading the way for Engadine, Sophia Vaughn. She had 7 points on the night. 4 points from Michaela Deace, Megan Bell, Morgan Haney. 2 points from Gracie Oven and Morgan Colby. 1 point from Aston Buss. Brimley Bays led by Kendra Carrick. She has 8 points, all in the first quarter. Tamissa Archambault, Abby LaRue with 4. Olivia Wilcox with 2. And Samantha Bishop with 1 free throws. Engadine 4 of 7 from the charity stripe. And Brimley 9 of 16. They made 8 in a row in that first quarter. before struggling a bit in the second quarter, going 1 of 6. Foul trouble, nobody in real foul trouble for either team. Megan Bell, she has 2 fouls for the Eagles along with Sophia Vaughn. And for Brimley, Archambault, Bishop, and Aikens each with 2 fouls. As we are at halftime here at the Carl Parker Memorial Gymnasium, don't forget that we have Sioux High hockey coming up tomorrow night. As Tim Ellis, already down there, the Blue Devils got down last night, or I should say today, and they'll play tomorrow night against Grosse Pointe Liggett around 9 o'clock. Tim will have the pregame show at 8:40. And then Saturday morning, an early morning game, as the Blue Devils will take on Grosse Pointe South. Tim will have the call of that one. Pregame show around 9:40 a.m. with the opening face-off at 10. And then next week, we have a couple games, both in Brimley. Tuesday night we'll be here. I'll have the call of the Sioux High Blue Devil game against the Brimley Bays in boys basketball. We'll have Coach Matt Bathy on our sports show, The Game, which can be heard on Monday night at 6 o'clock from the Wicked Sister on Ashman Street. And then Thursday night, Todd Olmsted will have the call of the Brimley Bays girls team against St. Ignace. And St. Ignace currently playing Sioux High, and at the half it was All Saints, as they were leading 33-12. Now, we mentioned the district draw is out for both the boys and the girls. And for the girls, we will have our first district game on Monday, February 26th here in Brimley. It'll be an early one, 6 o'clock tip-off, as Brimley will take on Rudyard in girls basketball. The other one in that Class D District 124 matchup, Engadine will take on Ojibwe Charter. That game here in Brimley at 7:30. And the district final will be on Wednesday, February 28th. So, wow, a district final in February. That seems pretty early, but that is how the matchups are. And in the other girls' district in Class D involving EUP teams, that one's going to be played in Cedarville. Pickford will take on Detour. The winner of that one will take on Cedarville. And Mackinac Island will take on Maplewood. So you look at that Pickford-Cedarville potential matchup. Those are probably the 2 best teams in that district. Now the boys, those districts have been announced. And Brimley also draws Rudyard in boys basketball on Monday, March 5th. That game will be in Engadine, a very early game at 5:30. And then Ojibwe Charter and Engadine in the other one. And that district final will be on Wednesday, March 7th. So, hey, March Madness in February, we are looking forward to that. We're going to take our final break here in our Superior Pizza and Subs halftime show. We come back, we'll have the start of the second half here on Eagle 95.1. Scott Nason back to action here at the Carl Park Memorial Gymnasium. The Brimley Bays with the ball trailing by 5 in girls basketball, 24-19. Bays in this one as they have the ball. Archambault on the left wing. Archambault with it. Top of the circle, being guarded by Buss. Now Archambault, right-handed dribble between the circles. Now moves to the far side of the court. Back to the center. Bounce pass to Wilcox. Wilcox with it. Now Wilcox, right of the lane, over to Archambault. Now Archambault trying to find Aikens over there. She does. Now Aikens almost lost it, keeps it, gets it to Carrick. Carrick now, left elbow shot, good. Kendra Carrick in double digits with 10, and the Bays trail by 3. 7:15 to play here in the third quarter. Vaughn with the ball. Sophia Vaughn over to Deace. Back to Vaughn. Swings it near side, Oven. Oven now gets it to Buss. Left wing, Oven. Sophia Vaughn has it. Guarded by Carrick. Now we're to Deace. Back to Vaughn on the right wing. She'll drive. Almost traveled there. Puts up a shot. No good. Rebound picked up by Aikens, and she'll be tied up there. Jump ball will keep the ball with Engadine. Brimley Bays basketball brought to you by the Chippewa County Credit Union. Located in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, where all families make one union. Eagles with the ball, leading by 3. 6:45 to play here in the third quarter. Fast-moving game here in Brimley. Now shot there underneath, good. That one by Megan Bell. She has 6, and the Eagles lead again by 5. 6:30 to play in this third quarter. LaRue, left of the lane, puts up underhand scoop shot, no good. Aikens there in the rebound, no, but she was fouled, and she will shoot 2 free throws. That foul on Megan Bell, that'll be her first foul here in the second half. Actually, they give that one to Ovens. So, boy, I've been off on a couple of those tonight. Now, here's Akins at the line. She makes the first. Her first point. As the Bays now 10 of 17 from the charity stripe. Now second free throw, Akins, good, so she makes them both. Autumn Akins with 2. And the Bays trail by 3. 6:25 to play here in the third quarter. Vaughn with it, between the circles. That one's stolen by Carrick, but the Eagles get it back. Deace along the baseline. That pass just out of the reach of Bell will go to the Brimley Bays. Brimley Bays basketball brought to you by Bay Mills Community College, committed to providing affordable, culturally relevant, accessible, and high-quality education opportunities to all. You can apply online at bmcc.edu today. Wilcox with the ball inside Akins. Now Akins bounce past LaRue. LaRue gets it over to Carrick. Now inside LaRue puts up a shot. Good! That one hung on the back of the rim. And LaRue puts that one in. Her first points. Rhett, check that. She has 6. And that cuts the lead to 3. 5:55 to play here in the third quarter. As LaRue shoots a free throw. Good. So LaRue with 7. The Bays 3 of 3 from the charity stripe. And it's a tie ball game. 5:55 to play here in this third quarter. Sioux High's come back a little bit against St. Ignace, but they trail 41-27 after 3 in girls basketball in the Sioux. Now Vaughn with it, across the midcourt line. Sophia Vaughn on the near side, Colby. Now Haney. Vaughn between the circles, over to Deace. Deace back to Vaughn, drives the paint. That one goes off of Archambault out of bounds. Will stay with the Eagles. 5:37 to play in this third quarter. We have a tie ball game. Deace with it on the right wing. Back up top, Vaughn. Thought about the 3, drives. Tough shot. Good defense there by Akins. Just standing her ground. And the Bays can take their first lead since early in the second quarter. Here's LaRue inside. She gets knocked down. We're going to have a jump ball. And that'll keep it with the Bays. 5:20 to play in this third quarter. We're tied at 26. Now Carrick to inbound. Carrick, lob pass up top. Archambault. Nobody's hit a 3 in this game so far. Now Wilcox between the circles. Being guarded by Colby. Inside. That's Wilcox putting up a tough shot. No good. Rebound by LaRue. Now here's Carrick at the free throw line. She puts it up. That one was halfway down, rattles out. Akins with a try. No good. Bays really pounding the boards. They can't. 5th opportunity finally goes in for Akins. And the Bays had their first lead. They had 5 offensive rebounds on that exchange. Brimley leads by 2. 4:45 to play here in the third quarter. Bays got to be happy with their play tonight. Engadine with it. Sophia Vaughn. Top of the circle over to Deace. And we're going to have a timeout by Coach Roger French as the Brimley Bays lead by the score of 28-26. Brimley Bays basketball brought to you by the Wicked Sister. They have burgers, starters, snacks, shareables, soups, and tapas. Voted the #1 pub in the Upper Peninsula, located on Ashman Street in Sioux, Michigan, and they are the host of our sports show, The Game, which can be heard on Monday nights from 6 to 7 on Eagle 95.1, or if you want to hear the full show, you can hear the entire 2-hour show. Just go to our Eagle 95.1 Facebook page or the podcast of The Game at snason.podomatic.com. So Engadine off the timeout, trailing by 2, 28-26, 4:35 to play here in this third quarter. Vaughn with the ball between the circles. Being guarded by Carrick. Now Vaughn finds some space, goes at everyone, puts it off the glass. Good. Sophia Vaughn with 9, and we're tied once again at 28. 4:20 to play in this third quarter. Archambault with it. Archambault now drives the baseline, backs it out. Archambault trying to get some help, gets it to Akins. Now Akins over to LaRue. LaRue along the baseline, Archambault. Archambault now, bounce pass, Wilcox. Wilcox puts up a tough shot, no good. Rebound again, picked up this time by the Eagles. Here's Aston Buss. Buss drives, 1-on-2. Shot no good. Nice defense there by Archambault. which really disrupted that shot. Ball goes out of bounds. We'll stay with Engadine. 3:52 to play in this third quarter. Now checking in for the Bays, Kira Perrin checking in for Archambault. Now the Eagles with it. Colby inside. That's Haney. Over far side, Vaughn. Long three way off the mark. Rebound picked up by Haney. Now she'll put up a 2, and that one's good. So Morgan Haney with 6, and Engadine back on top by 2. 3:30 to play in this third quarter. Now bounce pass stolen by Deace. Deace on Carrick. Deace puts up a shot and one. As she sneaks that ball in, she has 6, and that foul will go against Carrick. That'll be her second. First team foul here by Brimley in this third quarter. 3:25 to play in this third quarter. 32-28 in favor of Engadine. Now Deace at the line. She'll shoot 1 and make it. First free throw opportunity for Engadine in the half. As Bishop and Archambault will check in, replacing Perrin and Akins. Eagles lead by 5. 3:25 to play in the third quarter. Wilcox across the midcourt line. Over to Archambault. Archambault. Bounce pass. Goes off a Engadine player. Archambault keeps it alive along the baseline. She's double teamed. Picked up by Carrick. A little bit sloppy play here as all of a sudden the ball got kind of stripped out of the hands of Colby, and I think that's going to be a foul on Brimley. That foul will go against, I believe, LaRue. That's her second. Second team foul. 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Bays trail by 5. Vaughn with it. Sophia Vaughn on the left wing, Colby. Now Haney. Back to Colby. Vaughn over to Deace. Now Deace drives the baseline, puts up a tough shot, hits the side of the backboard. Rebounded by Bishop, and now Vaughn just tried to steal that ball, and that's going to be I don't know if that's going to be a foul or what that's going to be. Call that a jump ball, so that'll stay with the Bays. Now we have a timeout by Coach Ray Bell with 2:37 to play here in the third quarter. Engadine leads by the score of 33-28. Brimley Bays basketball brought to you by Chuck Renzi Ford. You've got a relative in the car business at Chuck Renzi Ford of Newberry. They're located on 309 Newberry Avenue, or you can find them on Facebook at Chuck Renzi Ford of Newberry. And brought to you by O'Connor's in Pickford. Check out their full line of Dodge truck, Ram, and Jeep vehicles. So the Bays with it off the timeout, trailing by 5. Engadine's biggest lead has been 6 tonight. Well, the Bays' biggest lead, I believe, was 4. It's been a pretty close game throughout. Low-scoring game. Credit Brimley. They're playing well tonight. Wilcox with it. Across the midcourt line to LaRue. Over to Archambault on the right wing. Archambault now reverses course. Tried to put up a shot, but good defense. Now Bishop right elbow over to Carrick. Carrick drives the baseline, stops and pops. That one's short, rebounded by Vaughn for the Eagles. Vaughn lob pass to Deace underneath. Nice pass, but she misses the shot. Rebounded by LaRue. Now here's Archambault, and she was fouled by Vaughn. And that'll be Vaughn's third foul, I believe. That'll be the team foul number 3 for Engadine. 2:09 to play in this third quarter. Bays with the ball, trailing by 5. Now Archambault across the midcourt line. Archambault with it. Between the circles, pass inside Carrick. Tried to put up a wild shot. Bishop gets the rebound. That's going to be over the back. As Bishop kind of knew she was in bad position there and had the look of, I'm sorry. And that'll be Bishop's third foul. 1:58 to play in this third quarter. Engadine with the ball, leading by 5. Vaughn over to Deace. We're going to have a... Is that a Benny Hill? Not quite sure what happened. Oh, we lost power to the scoreboard. No, we've had technical difficulties on the broadcast, and now we're having some power issues on the scoreboard as the scoreboard just went blank. And hopefully it'll come back on. It's 33-28 in favor of Engadine, and this is where you cue the athletic director whenever something like this happens. It's the AD that always has the keys or the knowledge on what to do. At least, hopefully they do. As well, we got the score table lights back on. There we go. Look at that. Hugh Clark, he deserves a raise. Where's the administrator? Brian Riator, I know you're listening tonight. Give that man a raise right now. Okay, you need school board approval and all that, but you know what? Just make it an executive order. Give that man a raise. So Engadine off that brief timeout with the ball, leading by 5. Deace with it along the baseline. Deace now on the near side. Gets it to Kobe. Up top to Vaughn. Boy, Vaughn's been out there pretty much this entire game. Now on the near side, that's Deace. She almost lost it. Puts up a tough shot. Kind of forced that one up. On the rebound, putting it up and in is Aston Buss. Her first field goal, she has 3. And the Eagles had their biggest lead at 7. Minute 30 left in this third quarter. Wilcox gets it to Carrick. Now Carrick on the right side. Double team. Gets it to Archambault. Archambault top of the circle. Now she'll launch from 3. That one partially blocked. Goes to the Eagles. That's Haney. Over to Vaughn. Vaughn across the midcourt line. She drives, finds some space, puts it up and in. And Sophia Vaughn now in double digits with 11. And Coach Bell gets a timeout. 1:07 to play here in this third quarter. Eagles starting to extend their lead. It's now 9. Brimley Bays basketball brought to you by Bay Mills Resort and Wild Bluff Golf Course. You can always go to the resort, find some great meals, great lodging, always some fun things to do as well. Always time to make reservations. I don't know if they're taking reservations at Wild Bluff, but hey, why not make them right now? You can probably get a pretty good tee time if you're looking for anywhere in July or in April, March, February, May. I don't know if you're doing much in May as far as that, but hey, it's a great golf course and always a good time to do it. So 37-28 Engadine, as we have just under a minute left to play here in the third quarter. And we'll have a couple games next week. Tuesday night will be here for the boys as they will take on Sioux High. And then Thursday night, Todd Olmsted will have the call as the Brimley Bays will take on St. Ignace. And the Saints were beating Sioux High and look to remain undefeated on the season as they are the number 2 team in Class C. So here we go. Wilcox with the ball. Gets it to Archambault. Archambault across the midcourt line. Archambault has it. Now she'll drive. We're going to have a foul before the shot. That'll be the 4th team foul on the Brimley Bays. Excuse me, on Engadine. That was on Buss, her first. Now Carrick gets it over to Aikens on the right wing. Long pass. Nice job by Archambault to keep that one alive. I thought Coach Bell was going to get that one. Archambault over on the right wing to Wilcox. Now Wilcox had that one stolen. Picked up by Engadine. And that one goes off of Wilcox, or rather Vaughn's foot. And so unforced error there by the Eagles. Now Carrick to inbound to Archambault. 40 seconds left here in the third. Archambault gets it inside LaRue. LaRue traveled there. It's a good move, but you can't take that many steps. 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Vaughn across the midcourt line. See if Engadine plays for the last shot here. They led by 5 at half, and now a steal by Archambault. See if the Bays can cut into that lead. Here's Carrick with it. Carrick at the free throw line. That one blocked, but that will be fouled. As that foul will go on Deace, her second, team foul number 5. So at the line, Kendra Carrick. She has 10 points. Bays 12 of 19 from the free throw line tonight. Now free throw up by Carrick. That one rattled out. So that's their first miss here in this second half. She'll shoot one more. Carrick's second free throw up. And that one's good. So Carrick with 11. cuts the lead to 8. Engadine with the ball. 10 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Vaughn on the right side to Deace. Back to Vaughn between the circles. 5 seconds. Deace back to Vaughn. Vaughn at the buzzer. Well, no, before the buzzer she was fouled. And so Sophia Vaughn will shoot 2 free throws for Engadine. That'll be the 4th team foul on the Bays. That'll go against Carrick. It says her first, but I have her down for 3. First free throw, no good. By Vaughn, she'll shoot 1 more. Vaughn's second free throw up. That one's no good. Rebound inside, and that'll do it after 3 quarters of play. It's 37-29 in favor of Engadine. We'll be back with the fourth quarter here on Eagle 95.1. Scott Nason back in Brimley, Michigan, as just as we went to break, they called a late foul on LaRue, and Aston Buss made 2 free throws for Engadine, so they lead by 10, 39-29 here starting the fourth quarter in girls basketball. Engadine with the ball. Vaughn. Now stolen by the Bays. They still have a lot of time in this one. LaRue's pass over inside Archambault puts it up and in. Nice move by Tamissa Archambault. She has 6. And that cuts the lead to 8. 7:30 to play in the fourth quarter. Vaughn with it. Vaughn over far side. Buss's shot, no good. Picked up by Wilcox. So the Bays trail by 8 with the ball. Now here's Carrick over to Archambault. Now Archambault. Inside to LaRue. Over to Carrick. Carrick inside Archambault. Underneath the basket. Gets it over to Bishop. Now Bishop to Wilcox. She launches. That one's no good. Rebound. Picked up by the Eagles' Haney. Vaughn across the midcourt line. Sophia Vaughn over to Oven. Oven back to Vaughn. 6:45 to play in the fourth quarter. Engadine with an 8-point lead. Gracie Oven up top. On the near side, Deace. Back to Oven. Now Oven in the paint. Passes it up. Buss drives. And it'll be a foul, I think, before the shot. And that foul will go on Bishop. And they keep putting 1 foul on here. I have 4 for Bishop. They say 1 foul on the scoreboard. I don't think that's somebody new doing that or what, but that foul on Bishop, I believe she has 4. Now ball gets swatted out of bounds by the Brimley Bays. We'll stay with Engadine. 6:35 to play in the fourth quarter. Over along the far side, that's Deace. Deace with it. Deace between the circles, over to Oven. Oven on the right wing. Now Oven up top to Deace. She'll launch from 3. That one way off. Neither team's made a 3-pointer tonight. And so the Bays with the ball, trailing by 8. 6:20 to play in this fourth quarter. Carrick across the midcourt line, pass inside, just out of the reach of LaRue. Will go back to Engadine. 6:16 to play in the fourth quarter. These teams will be here at the end of the month for district basketball. Brimley will take on Rudyard. Engadine will take on Ojibwe Charter. Now a shot underneath in the paint by the Eagles. No good. That one by Haney. Picked up by Archambault. Archambault across the midcourt line. Now Archambault. And we're going to have a travel there. As Aston Buss with the good defense on Archambault, so the ball will go back to Engadine. Brimley Bays basketball brought to you by Baymart, Sunoco, and Gift Shop. Stop in before the game. They have competitive fuel prices, the freshest coffee in town, donuts, Cokes for sale right now. I saw on the sign coming in. Now a shot there by Buss, no good. And that'll go out of bounds. That's checking in for Brimley, Kira Perrin, as she will replace Wilcox. So the Bays still in this one, trailing by 8. 5:40 to play in this fourth quarter. Here's Archambault finding some space underneath the basket. Archambault now gets it over to Perrin. Perrin on the far side had it stolen by Deace. Michaela Deace across the midcourt line. Fancy dribbling. Thought she traveled there, but she puts it up and in. Deace with 8. Then extends the lead back to 10. Archambault across the midcourt line. Archambault with it. Swings it over to Perrin. Now here's LaRue. All sorts of people around her, and LaRue will shoot 2 free throws for her efforts. So that foul will go on Buss. That's her second. Actually, that's a non-shooting foul. Both teams with 6 team fouls. Carrick over to Archambault. She'll launch from 3. That one no good, just short. Rebound picked up by Haney for the Eagles. 5 minutes to play. Engadine with the ball. Vaughn finds some space, puts up the runner, no good. Rebounded by Buss, no. Third opportunity, good. Aston Buss coming alive here in the second half. She has 6. And the Bays now trail by 12. 4:40 to play here in this fourth quarter. On the right wing, Archambault. Archambault at the free throw line. LaRue, that pass just out of her reach. LaRue looks a little frustrated out there. And we'll see if Coach Bell gets a timeout. He does. Timeout on the court, 4:33 to play in this fourth quarter. Engadine leads by the score of 43-31. Brimley Bays basketball brought to you by Mimic Insurance and the LaPrade Agency, reminding all school and healthcare employees that you can receive up to 35% discounts on your home and auto insurance when you're with Mimic. You can contact the LaPrade Agency today at 635-5981, and they will let you know how. And brought to you by Superior Pizza and Subs, sponsor of our halftime show. They have great pizza, amazing subs. They have a pretty good owner, too. Head coach Pat Bathia, the Brimley Bays boys team. As the boys had a good game on Monday, improving to 11-2 on the season after they defeated Newberry. They'll be in Engadine tomorrow night. Now, we won't have that broadcast as we have Sioux High hockey on the air, but we'll have their game next Tuesday against the Sioux High Blue Devils, and had a chance to talk to Marcus Harris before the game. And he's been practicing, and, well, there is a good chance, he's saying, that he possibly could be in the lineup as early as Tuesday. And boy, I hope so. Brimley Bays are playing very well, and you throw him in the mix. Could be a very extended run in the postseason. We'll have to keep an eye on that, but we'll be there every step of the way, hopefully ending at the Breslin Center. Deace with the ball on the right wing for the Eagles. They lead by 12. Now a shot, no, but Deace was fouled, and she'll shoot 2 free throws. That foul on number 34, Carrick. They only were down for 2 fouls. I had her down for more, so we'll go with what they have. Now first free throw, no good. Engadine 7 of 12 from the charity stripe. Brimley 13 of 21. Make it 7 of 13 as Deace misses that first free throw. Now the second one's up and in. She has 9. And Engadine leads by 13. 4:15 to play here in this fourth quarter. Now Brimley with the ball. Wilcox. You wonder if this short bench is playing a part of this second half here, as now LaRue lost the ball, and I think she fouled Oven, and we'll see how many fouls they have for LaRue. That might be her 4th. No, they call that on Engadine. My mistake. They call that on Oven. So LaRue at the line. She has 7 points on the night. Shooting 2 free throws. First free throw up, no good. Rebound, Akins puts it up, no. And that one batted out of bounds will go to Engadine. So Eagles now with a 13-point lead. 3:58 to play in this fourth quarter. Snowy night in Sault Ste. Marie. Not as snowy out here in Brimley. We got a lot of snow in the city itself today. That old lake effect machine. You don't like it, drive for a few minutes. You'll either get worse or it will get better. We saw that today. Drive out wasn't great, but it wasn't real bad either. Now a steal by Brimley. LaRue had it swatted out of her hands. Out of bounds. Will stay with the Bays. Big I-500 weekend. Saturday, the 50th running. And this will be the 50th race that I have not seen. Not quite the 50th. Not that high, but yet to go to that event. It's a great event, don't get me wrong, but not my cup of tea. I need about 5 cup of teas, among other things, for me to attend that. Now the ball goes out of bounds. Bays keep it. 3:38 to play here in the fourth quarter. Carrick to inbound. Carrick gets it to LaRue. LaRue underneath. And that one goes out of bounds off Archambault. Will go back to the Eagles. So it looks like Engadine's going to win this one. They'll improve to 9-7 on the season, 5-4 in the EUP conference. Brimley will fall to 2-11, 1-8 in the EUP. Unless they have a really late charge here. Now, as I say that, Bays steal it. And we're going to have a 1-1 situation here as Brimley was fouled. And that foul will go against Sophia Vaughn, her fourth. So Olivia Wilcox at the line. She has 2 points on the night. It'll be a 1-1. 3:22 to play in the fourth quarter. Eagles lead by 13. Wilcox makes her first. Bays have gotten to the line a lot tonight. This is their 24th free throw upcoming. Short. Rebound picked up by Bell for the Eagles. Now Vaughn has it. Vaughn across the midcourt line. Sophia Vaughn to Deace. Michaela Deace with it at the center circle. Now Deace puts up a shot. No, but she was fouled, and that'll go against Carrick. And is that her third? Seem to be off on my foul calls tonight. No, that's it. I was right. Carrick, that's her fifth foul. So Kendra Carrick will foul out with 11 points, and now Brimley just one extra player on the bench. Perrin will check in. So Michaela Deace at the line. Shooting 2. First free throw up. High arcer, no good. Deace has 9. Sophia Vaughn with 11 to lead Engadine. Carrick with 11 for Brimley. Now second free throw. That one's also no good. Rebounded by Wilcox. Long pass just intercepted there by Vaughn. And now a collision underneath, and I think that one's going to go against Brimley. On the rebound, that should go against Perrin, that's her first. And that'll be a 1-1 situation, I believe. No, they're going to call that one against Engadine again. Oh, that's on Vaughn. That's her fifth. So Sophia Vaughn will foul out with 11 points. And so both the leading scorers out of this game. And Sophia Vaughn will have 11. So LaRue at the line shooting a 1-1. She makes her first. She has 8. Cuts the lead to 11. 3 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Now second free throw up. That one rattles out. Picked up by the Eagles. They lead by 11. Under 3 to play in this fourth quarter. Gracie Oven across the midcourt line. Over to Deace. Deace with it. Between the circles. Over to Oven. Gracie Oven over to Deace. Deace now drives. Deace underneath, and that'll be a foul. As the fans didn't like that call. Almost thought that could have been a traveling. And that foul will be on Brimley. That's on LaRue, so she has 4. And if she fouls out, then there won't be a bench. Deace makes her first free throw. She now has 10. And she'll shoot one more. Second free throw up, and that one rattles out. Rebound inside, picked up by LaRue. We're going to have a jump ball. That'll go to Brimley. 2:37 to play in this fourth quarter. We'll have a short post-game show tonight. Normally would hear from a Brimley coach or player, but with our technical difficulties, we'll just leave that alone. Now Deace off a steal. She puts it in, and she leads all scorers. She has 12. And Engadine leads by 14. 2:25 to play in this fourth quarter. Archambault over to LaRue. Now back to Archambault in the paint. Puts up a shot. No good. Rebound goes out of bounds off an Engadine player. Will stay with Brimley. It's a good shot by Archambault. She found some space. That one was almost down. 2:13 to play here in the fourth quarter. LaRue up top to Archambault. Now Archambault, left elbow, over to Perrin. Her shot, no good. Rebound, battle for Bishop. Misses the shot, but she was fouled. And Samantha Bishop will go to the line shooting a pair. This is Brimley's 27th free throw, so got to look at that as a positive. Now Bishop's free throw, that's not a positive as she missed everything on that one. She'll shoot one more. Now checking in, Stephanie Owens. Now Bishop's second free throw up. That one rattles out, so she misses them both. Rebound picked up by Bishop. Now Archambault thought about the three, but she traveled. And she'd be better suited to shoot that shot right there. Minute 59 to play in the fourth quarter. Eagles with a 14-point lead. Now a little bit of a full court press applied by the Bays. And that'll send Deace to the line as that foul on, I don't know who that foul's on. It has number 13, but Brimley doesn't have a 13. Both teams in the double bonus right now. Deace's first free throw, no good. Now she'll get one more on that. 2 shots. And so both teams really shooting a lot of free throws here in this fourth quarter. Kind of hard to keep track of all the different free throws. So Deace will get one more opportunity. Second free throw up, and that one's no good. So she misses them both. Rebound picked up by Wilcox. Wilcox across the midcourt line, had it stolen by Deace. Now Deace with it, and that's going to be a foul on Wilcox. And that's going to take quite the monumental effort now for the Bays to try to escape with the victory here. That foul will be on Wilcox, her second. And send Michaela Deace once again to the line. She's been there a lot here in this fourth quarter. She'll shoot 2. First free throw up, no good. We'll add up the free throws here during our abbreviated post-game show. Now Deace's second free throw, that one's good, so she makes 1 of 2. The Eagles lead now by 15. Minute 47 to play in the fourth quarter. Perrin inside to LaRue. She puts up a shot, no good. Rebound Archambault. Now a long 2. That one's no good by Perrin. She knows it. As Coach Ray Bell going to get a timeout with a minute 34 to play in this fourth quarter. Engadine's going to win this game. They lead 48-33. So once again, looking at our broadcast schedule, once we get all these technical bugs worked out, tomorrow night we'll be down in Trenton, Michigan, as Tim Ellis. We'll have the Sioux High Blue Devil hockey game against Grosse Pointe Liggett. Tim will have the pregame show 8:40 tomorrow night with the opening face-off around 9. Then the Blue Devils, they'll be back in action that Saturday morning against Grosse Pointe South. That game set to start at 10 a.m. Tim Ellis will have the pregame show around 9:45 Saturday morning. Monday night, we'll have our sports show, The Game, from the Wicked Sister on Ashman Street. We'll have head coach Matt Bathy of the Brimley Bays boys basketball team as they are in action tomorrow night against Engadine and have a big matchup here Tuesday against Sioux High. We'll have that game Tuesday night here on Eagle 95.1. I'll have the call of that one. And then Todd Olmsted will be here Thursday night, a week from tonight, as the St. Ignace Saints will take on the Brimley Bays in girls basketball. So we're already into February. And lots of action into hopefully middle to end of March. So off the timeout, Engadine with the ball. Deace puts up a shot, no good. Rebound inside by Aikens. Now Wilcox with it. Wilcox across the midcourt line with the ball. Over to LaRue. Minute 15 to play. Again, we're going to have an abbreviated post-game show. Got to go start the car. It's -7. Now here's Archambault, and we're going to have a foul. So to miss Archambault, we'll shoot a pair of free throws for Brimley. As now Brimley, boy, they've had a lot of free throws tonight. This is their 29th opportunity from the charity stripe. Archambault. 6 points on the night. She'll shoot a pair of free throws. First one up and good. That cuts the lead to 14. Now Archambault will shoot one more. Second free throw up. That one short. Rebound picked up by Archambault off the miss. Looking inside. Aikens puts it up and in. So the Bays still fighting here as believe we're going to have another timeout by Coach Bell, so Autumn Aikens with 6. That cuts the lead to 12 with a minute left to play. Let's look at our remainder of our broadcast schedule for the Brimley Bays boys and girls teams. On February 13th, we'll have the broadcast from Alanson as Brimley will take on Alanson in girls basketball. And then back here on the 15th, Brimley will take on Detour in girls basketball. We'll also have the girls game on February 20th in Rudyard. We'll have the boys game February 23rd in Pickford. And then we'll have district action Monday, February 26th as Rudyard will take on Brimley in girls basketball. And we'll also have the game on Wednesday, if it is Engadine and Brimley in girls basketball, excuse me. So a minute left to play. Bays trail by 12. Engadine with the ball. Deace with it. Drives under and scoop shot no good. Picked up by LaRue. Now pass to Wilcox. Wilcox underneath Aikens puts up a wild shot and in. How'd she get that one in? Autumn Aikens with 8, and that cuts the lead to 10. 45 seconds. The Bays still fighting. Now Wilcox on Deace, and that's going to be a foul on Wilcox. That'll be her third. Stopping the clock with 40 seconds to play. As soon as this buzzer ends, we'll recap the scoring and get the heck out of here. Only the podcast tonight. We apologize for the technical difficulties due to the Skype not working tonight as Deace makes her free throw. She scored the majority of points here for the Eagles in this fourth quarter, and she makes both there. That extends the lead to 12. 40 seconds left. So the Bays will fall to 2-11, 1-8 in the UP Conference as Aikens underneath. Had it for a moment. Lost it. Goes out of bounds. Back to Engadine. And Engadine will improve to 9-7, 6-3 in the conference. They only have 4 games left. So they're going to have a pretty quiet schedule here. While Brimley will have 7 games left after this one. And they'll have a tough one next week at home against St. Ignace, who beat Sioux High tonight. So the Saints undefeated on the season. And, well, they're probably going to be undefeated, at least during the regular season. I wouldn't bet against them in the playoffs at all. So that's pretty much going to do it here. Our final score, Engadine 50-38. Recapping the scoring for the Bays, they were led by Kendra Carrick with 11 points. Abby LaRue with 8. Miss Archambault with 7. Autumn Aikens with 8. Samantha Bishop with 1. And Olivia Wilcox with 3. And for the Engadine Eagles, Savia Vaughn led them with 11 points. I shouldn't say led them. She did until she went to the bench with her 5 fouls. Michaela Deace with 15 points. And Megan Bell 8. That's going to do it here from Brimley. We'll talk to you next week here on Eagle 95.1.